Okay, so this is episode 4. It's all about our electronic communications with each other. Sorry, I went blank. So for electronic communication, technology is kind of very big now in our world and kind of everywhere. And so obviously within our relationship, we have a lot of electronic communication just between the internet and our phones, which I feel like is just as important as our face-to-face communication because it does play such a, technology now plays such a big role that you want to make sure you're having healthy electronic communication just as you are verbal communication. So the biggest, would you call them outlets or media?
Outlets, yeah.
Outlets that we use in our electronic communication is Facebook and texting. So to start out with Facebook, we send each other a lot of like memes and videos over Facebook that we see while we're on Facebook. And typically it's things that will like remind us of each other or ourselves or our relationships, kind of anything in general we find funny. Or if there's something informative even, we'll send that to the other person.
Sometimes we send recipes that we want to try. Like we sent one that was a nice little bacon pineapple recipe.
Oh yeah, we tried that.
And we tried bacon.
It's like bacon wrapped in pineapple.
Pineapple wrapped in bacon. I was trying to figure out a way to word it.
Pineapple wrap. Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's the bacon. Yeah,
that's true. And it turned out being really delicious.
It was delicious. I'd recommend it.
So I guess we wanted to kind of give you guys some examples of some things we send each other. So I'm literally scrolling through our messages on Facebook. I don't really know how to describe that one.
Yeah.
Oh, here. Okay. So I sent him a video I found of this dude who's just videotaping himself about how the best way to stop an argument you're having with like your girlfriend or wife or whatever, and they kind of show like as he's the girl complaining about him and saying she's had a horrible day and all this stuff, and by the end of the video he's like giving Williams himself but the girl food and then asking how the day was, and it's like, it's great, like I've had a great day, and it was like, this is me when I'm hungry. It's like suddenly the world has ended, but then he feeds me, and there's not anything wrong.
At the beginning of our marriage, there were definitely times where I just kind of was like, wait. She's complaining a lot more than usual. Wait, what have you eaten? Oh, well, I had a few peanuts and maybe a cracker. I'm like, oh, okay, well, before we discuss this further, because I'm just going to go nowhere until we get some food.
Or my first trimester of pregnancy.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, my God. It's bad news. I had to eat, like, every 2 hours
Break
to be
glass
happy.
in case of emergency. To eat some food.
Yeah.
Alright, what's the next one?
So, this one you sent me. But it was about Ben.
Yeah. There's a picture of a guy wrestling a lion. It's a drawn picture. And it says, the caption is when you ask your toddler what they're chewing on, and you have to kind of pull open their mouth to get it out of their mouth before they swallow the thing. And I've had to do that several times with the dog, where he's just kind of walking around and like picks up a wire in his mouth that I have no idea how he got or found somehow. And
we're always having to get him to not be eating what he's eating.
Or he decided to find like a dead bird while we're walking down the road, and he's got bones in his mouth. So suddenly, I have to throw off my germophobia and just open the lion's mouth. So we thought it was funny when we sent it to each other.
Yeah. And then he sent me another meme. So his mom lives with us, and she kind of came with a lot of stuff. And so, and a lot of, she sews, she's a seamstress, so she also came with a lot of, like, sewing stuff. And so not only does she have a whole room full of her stuff, but we have, like, a bit of part of our guest room is also like a little craft room, so like half of that room is full of her stuff. So he sent me this little meme of like a bed, and then the blanket, the comforter is flipped up, and there's just these like storage bins, and the caption is "Husband found stash in spare bedroom, posting fabrics for sale next week. LOL." Which is kind of funny because like that's sometimes how we feel with all this stuff that we have. That's his mom's, because she has got a lot of bins of fabric.
Lots of them. We actually have them stored under the bed that's in there, the guest bedroom, to make sure that they fit.
Yeah, and we have some under our bed. And she has, I think, a bin in her room that she took up there for some reason.
So.
That's this, yeah. There's one I sent him. Let's see.
That's a good one.
Oh, this is one I sent him.
Yeah, it's
referencing me.
It's Kermit and the evil Kermit, and they are discussing it. It says, "Me, it's not that serious," and then the next little quote is, "Me to me, have a breakdown." And so that's something we both are capable of, where we're like, we realize it's not that serious, and then 2 minutes later, like, wigging out.
Like, yeah, suddenly it's the end of the world.
I like that cup one.
Oh, yeah. We'll also send each other, like, fandom stuff. So we're into things like Doctor Who, The Office. Those are the only two things I can think of right now, but there's a lot of fandom stuff. I guess The Nightmare Before Christmas is another one we like to send each other stuff. So he sent me a picture of this mug that's got a picture of Dwight, like a cartoon of Dwight, I should say. And it's, if you've ever seen The Office, it's when he describes his perfect crime, how he breaks into Tiffany, but then, like, seduces.
What is my perfect crime?
Oh,
I break into Tiffany's at midnight. Do I go for the vault? No, I go for the chandelier. She's
It's priceless.
It's priceless. As I'm taking it down, she tells me to stop.
No, a woman catches me.
Let's just... Okay, what is my perfect crime? I break into Tiffany's at midnight. Do I go for the vault? No, I go for the chandelier. It's priceless. As I'm taking it down, she tells... A woman catches me. She tells me to stop. It's her father's business. She's Tiffany. I say no. We make love all night. In the morning, the cops come, and I escape in one of their uniforms. I tell her to meet me in Mexico, but I go to Canada. I don't trust her. Besides, I like the cold. 30 years later, I get a postcard. I have a son, and he's the chief of police. This is where the story gets interesting. I tell Tiffany to meet me in Paris, by the Trocadero. She's been waiting for me all these years. She's never taken another lover. I don't care. I don't show up. I go to Berlin. That's where I stash the chandelier.
Anyways, we love Dwight and all of his nonsense.
Craziness.
So this is just kind of like a sneak peek of us and a bit of our sense of humor and just kind of how we... Oh, is this the soap?
No, the soap was the other one.
This...
We passed the archaeology soap. There's little soap that you can have that has little dinosaurs in it, so it looks like landscapes when children...
When you, like, use down the soap?
Yeah, when you kind of go down the soap, and... That's a definite one
we
for
send
you.
a lot of ones about, like, food and hunger and feeding, because that is me. Like to eat. And I get a little... We call it,
Hangry.
Hangry. When I get a little grumpy because I'm hungry. So, and then with our texting, that's kind of a form of communication we use when we're separate from each other, like when he's at work or school. So a lot of times it's just to like inform each other of like stuff. Like if he's out like running important errands or something, and he fills me in on what's going on. Like one time with our utility bill, it's all messed up, so he texts me to keep me updated. Or if there's like something that happens at school, like one day a teacher approached him and told him that she was putting his name on a list to receive the scholarship, but she picks it out, so basically he's going to get this scholarship. And so that was, like, really awesome news. So, like, he texted me to tell me that he had awesome news, and, you know, we got to talk, and it was really, really exciting for us. We also will text each other a lot, like, during the day that we miss each other, because we're still newlyweds and into that, and we probably always will be.
Hopefully.
So we always say, I just miss you.
I just miss you.
I just miss you. Or I just love you. Or
You was smart.
it's smart. And then sometimes I'll send him pictures of, like, Daniel or Ben, our dog, if they're doing something cute. Or, like, Ben was sick the other day, and so he, like, looked really pathetic. So I sent him a picture. And or if Daniel's smiling or something, I'll send him a picture of our little boy.
And it really helps break the monotony of the day, and it keeps us grounded to each other.
Yeah.
Nice.
So that's kind of like our electronic communication with other aspects of electronics in our relationship. We really enjoy watching movies and shows together. It's kind of the way we unwind and just spend quality time with each other. So then, moving on to our questions, because that was pretty much all we had. Question number 1. Do you feel like electronics get in the way of our relationship?
Sometimes I want to watch a video game, and that can kind of get in the way. I stopped playing video games to kind of, so I could be called upon when she needed me for stuff, and I wouldn't be able to break away from the game. So we got rid of that a while back now. It's been really good.
It has.
I think for our relationship and for my saltiness. It's been good, and but no, other than that, I don't think it does. She and I both do a pretty good job at staying off of Facebook with our phones when we're talking to each other and doing other stuff.
You want to get him?
I've been trying, yeah. Come here, little guys. Come here, little guys. Oh, okay, what about you, babe?
You know, I feel like electronics really enhance our relationship. I think we do a good job at, you know, using them as a healthy form of communication, and we do a pretty good job not, like, being always on our phones when we're talking to each other, and then if we realize that we are being on our phones while we're talking to each other, we'll, like, stop, put it away, and be like, okay, wait, start talking to me again. So I feel like for the most part, it actually enhances our relationship the way we decide to use it.
Okay.
Next one. What's your favorite thing about being able to communicate with the other person via electronics?
I love just getting little notes during the day, like I love you, or little pictures of how he's doing, you know, stuff like that, because it kind of breaks the idea that I'm just at work and I don't, you know, I got work in school, so I like there to be some interchange between her and I. And it doesn't necessarily have to be long.
Yeah.
Just that there's something.
Okay, sorry. He smells poopy. Okay, so just because we're almost done, my favorite thing is probably the same as, like, I feel like if I need him, I can contact him, and also he can still be kind of living in the moments that I'm getting to live in, being at home with Daniel, that I can, like, still send him, you know, stuff that happens, and I really love that. We're gonna go ahead and skip our last question. But thanks, guys, for watching, and we only have one more episode happening tomorrow night, and that's going to be all about our listening skills with each other and conflict in our marriage and kind of how we handle it. So, we'll see you then.
Bye.